taking Popcorn to the Races, a 2024 season review. After having raced a 2-litre Class B car for over 15 years, last year Stuart Mack took the leap to the dark side of forced induction and got involved in developing a new up-to-date engine package for Class B. It's not just milk that comes in 1 litres, race cars now do as well. In 2024, Stuart took Popcorn to the Races and entered a first full season of Class B racing. For those new to VW Challenge racing, the race format is as follows. The race season contains 8 rounds with 2 races on each weekend. 16 races in total, points are awarded for pole positions, fastest laps, and to the top 10 finishers in each race. So to round 1, the traditional season opener at Zwartkops. Despite good pre-season testing, the race day did not go as expected, ending the day with a 7th place in race 1 and a 6th place in race 2. That's progress. Not the biggest points haul for the first race, so there was a lot of work to do. Race day 2 took place at Kyalami, the most impressive racetrack on the continent, and a personal favourite of Stuart's. Popcorn too loves Kyalami, and the two of them snatched pole and a maiden race win for the year in race 1. Get in! Race 2 only lasted 1 lap after a nasty crash involving Class C frontrunner Mike Zapiro. Mike gave us all a proper scare. Round 3 took us to the farmlands of Delmas, and for the first of 2 visits to the Red Star Raceway. Pre-race expectations were not high, as this is traditionally not a happy stomping ground. But after a win in race 1 and a 2nd place in race 2, maybe it's the driver who needs to realign his thinking about this track. Round 4, winter racing took place at Zwartkops. Wanting to improve on a disappointing season opening visit to the Big Z, a lot of development work was done on the car's handling and the driver's erratic driving. This work paid off and Popcorn got the full boat of points on offer. 23, 2 pole positions, 2 fastest laps and 2 race wins. Yes, the beers afterwards tasted extra crisp and malty. So now that we're at the midpoint of the season, it's probably a good time to take a step back and give you some more information of what Popcorn is and where she races. As I alluded to before, the heart of this beast is a 1-litre, 3-cylinder turbocharged fire-breathing bottle of long-life milk. This is bolted into a Polo Vivo chassis. It is basically the same as a Polo Vivo GT you see tearing down the fast lane on the N1, or holding up the queue at the McDonald's drive-thru. The name Popcorn comes from the fact that the motor sounds more like a popcorn machine than a race-tuned engine. The rest of the car is as per VW Challenge rules. All the cars run the same Dunlop tyres and are retarded by the same ATE brakes, weigh the same and drink the same 95-octane pump fuel. The VW Challenge series is in its 35th year, and what started out as a race series for the GTI enthusiasts has morphed into a more competitive regional race series in South Africa and a starting series for some rather successful international race drivers. Now you know about the car in the series. Let's have a gander at what the mid-season championship points look like. Some were starting to say that a win could be possible. Those did not include Stuart. Round 5 took place in the Ferris Cape for the away race of the year. Along with having to relearn the Killarney racetrack, which we only visit once every 4 years, the weekend had a little extra spice as the local GTI Challenge race series was invited to race with us. The GTI Challenge cars are also VW Polos, but their rule set is slightly different to ours, and their drivers have a substantial track knowledge advantage. So competing with them was always going to be tough. Having spent a lot of time on his sim rig, Stu went by to do many virtual laps before boarding the flight to Cape Town. However, laps on a PC can never replace actual practice laps, but they sure do help get your eye in, and crashing is a lot less wallet denting. The sim practice paid off, as Stuart nabbed pole position and won race 1. Of the non-Cape Town guys, of course. On the road, he was actually 6th after qualifying in 3rd. Race 2 and the Western Cape weather wanted to have its say. As the cars lined up to leave the pits, the heavens opened. Now, there are a few things that Stuart hates more than racing in the rain. Brussels sprouts and rectal exams are probably only 2. Now take the rain and add a complete set of fogged up windows. Front, back, sides, the lot. It soon went from a race to just keeping the wheels turning and turning the laps over. Some might say survival. Stuart grabbed a soggy 3rd place and climbed on the plane, quite chuffed with himself. Back to Zwartkops for the September spring race, and Popcorn's damp trip to the coast did nothing to the stunning pace at the Pretoria track. Another extra cold beer was enjoyed after another perfect weekend pole, 2 fastest laps and 2 race wins with 23 sweet points. Round 7 took us back to the farmlands of the Red Star Raceway. This weekend was a struggle. 4th in quali, 4th in race 1, 4th in race 2, but it was also a weekend of firsts. After the racing, the calculators came out and Stuart had amassed enough points to claim the 2024 Class B Championship. After 20 years of trying, having come tantalizingly close in 2020 and in 2021, Stuart had finally won the bastard.
You were the champion.
To round 8, and with the championship wrapped up, there was still one lofty goal in Stuart's grasp: the overall championship. This is an odd one to try and win, as you're not actually racing your competitor, you are racing different classes. But it does come with a little elusive number 1, and who doesn't want number 1 on the flanks of their racecraft for the next season? Going into the weekend, Stuart was holding a mere 5-point lead over 15-year-old Wunderkind Christopher Tate. The final round was at Swartkops, which had yielded such great results for Stuart earlier in the year. Could Popcorn give him one more successful weekend? A door-scraping, fender-rubbing, elbows-out, hard-fought third in race 1 meant that Stuart's championship lead was cut to 3 points with 1 race to go. The racing was hard, close and angry at times, but they gave each other enough room to carry on racing. And as the cars lined up for one last time in 2024, and Stuart was giving Popcorn the customary pre-race pep talk, it started to rain. Oh joy. All he could do was give the steering wheel an extra good luck tap and head out on track, hoping the new Team acquired anti-mist spray, liberally applied to all windows after a whiteout in Cape Town, worked as well as the online review said it would. 5 cautious laps later and the safety car came out, and the safety car stayed out until the end of the race. The safety car froze everyone's positions. Stuart was running in 4th at the time, with Christopher Tate in 5th. Stuart extended his lead by 1 point. And yes, you guessed it, Stuart Mack was now the overall champion. The little 1 litre that could had gone toe-to-toe with the big kids, twice her size, and won. After the race, the traditional number 51 had peeled the 5 away to leave just the number
1.
Damn, that looks good. Look out, 2025, Popcorn will be on track and looking to defend what she has worked so hard to win.